everyone, this is an Audi TTRS and we are here to find out if this has really become the best Audi sports car you can buy.
We are.
But this is just on a whole new level.
TVEC.
This is a performance car after all, so you'd expect it to be a lot more rough in terms of driving.
Reactions.
Yo!
Reviews.
Handmade engineering underneath this monster.
Messing around.
4 liters of fuel. Eugene, you're paying for this.
It's crazy. I'm not gonna have it now.
Like, comment, subscribe, enjoy.
Okay everyone, we are here with the TTRS and we want to do a bit of a send-off video for it, because for those who don't know, this car has come to an end in production and won't be made again, which is why I really despise Audi at the moment. Because look at this, the baby R8, one of the best sports cars from Audi, and we're going to check under the hood because that's possibly the most important part of the car, but stay tuned for that. And we might even have a little surprise in another video for you. But starting off with a bit of the design, because this car just looks fantastic. Now you can see here they've got these really nice beveled edges running along each side here, similar to that of the R8. You obviously have your big Audi grille with the really nice RS and your TTRS badging, and obviously your big Quattro badging, because this car is all-wheel drive from Audi. You have some really nice induction pieces here with all real vents, which is something that the latest Audi R8 V10 Performance does not have. So that's a big plus, especially for us car guys. I really like how they've designed this edge here for more air into the bonnet, as well as these really nice OLED Audi sports lights. Now coming to the side of the car, you can see how much wider they've made the car. Obviously you've got the silver accents here as well, as it's an RS product, but you can see how much wider this car is. Now this is a 2020 onwards car. This car specifically is 2022, and that shows by the slight difference on the front grille, where they changed the grille a slight bit from the 2018 TTRS. Now coming to the sides, you obviously have your silver Audi RS or S performance side mirrors, as well as this really nice side diffuser, side splitter. Now you can see there's a really nice fat angle there. This car is thick with 2 C's. I mean, look at this back edge. It is just amazing. And Audi knows how to make lines on their cars work well. If you see from the bonnet, across the entirety of the side of the car, all the way around the rear, it is just stunning. They've made this car seem like an animal, and it really is one. So let's head to the back, which is another beautiful part of this car. You have this really nice spoiler. It is updated from the 2018 one, where you do have separate color side canards on it with a slightly different design. Now you can see here the really stunning back light, which actually run across the entirety of the back of the car. Something very special about these is this was the first time Audi actually put OLED lights in the back of their car. Now, one big problem we have with this car is this: a fake vent. Now, as Matt Watson would say, we don't like fake vents, and you don't need a stick of truth to figure out that this one is fake. Audi could have easily made this a real vent to pass air from the tire out of the back. But I mean, the rest of the car is just stunning, so we will forgive them for that. Now you have your big oval Audi sport pipes, as well as this really massive diffuser, and obviously your TTRS badge to tell you what this beast really is. So let's head inside and see if the inside can match the presence of the outside.
So inside the TTRS, you can just tell like how driver focused this car is. Looking straight ahead at your gauge cluster, which is the Audi cockpit, you just have a lot of the functions such as your radio, your speedometer, your tachometer, and much of everything else is incorporated into there. You do not have an infotainment system like in a previous generation, because they wanted to integrate everything for the driver. So if you want to change the music, you better be a nice passenger and ask him nicely, or ask them nicely. The materials are utterly insane. That is literally soft, squidgy materials, and obviously Alcantara over here. You got leather as well, and then the only place where we found squidgy plastic was actually down below. But that is the only area where we found it was cheapening it out a bit. You also do get the B&O sound system, which sounds phenomenal in this car. It sounds amazing, and the car is currently on, so if I do give it a little bit of a blip, it sounds hella amazing. I think Mateo can agree with me that it sounds hella amazing. So now let me just move it on to his side to tell you what it's like. Okay guys, so in the passenger seat now,
Now this video is really special to me for many reasons. One, the TTRS is going out of production, as I said. Two, if you look over there, there's an M2CS, and if you look here, there's a TTRS, and between you and Eugene and I, these are our cars that we want to work towards to have. And so this is very special. And on top of that, it was actually my uncle's, or my late uncle's, birthday this past weekend, and he was a big Audi fanatic. So this video is a little bit of a tribute to him in a way. And sitting in the side here, I am not disappointed as an Audi fan. I mean, if you look here, there's a whole bunch of little hexagon shapes which match the Audi grills, Audi grill design, running along the entirety of the dash. You then have all your nice leather finish as well as your Alcantara. And as Eugene said, the only little bit of scratchy plastic was at the bottom there, where you actually have some decent storage. Now, if we go over to the glove box here, you can see the glove box isn't massive. You have your little SD1, SD2 card and CD player there, which most Audis actually have come to have. You then have your Quattro badging as well, your RS S-Tronic gear selector, which actually looks like a manual, almost how Porsche have in their later PDKs. Now, you do also have something really cool from Audi, is the integrated aircon unit on each one. Now, each individual one will display and work for a different reason. For instance, this will show you where it's going out, how much is going out, and whether the AC is on and off. And if optioned, that actually has heated seats. Now you have this really nice metal material running along there, as well as on the center console, which you control the virtual cockpit through over here. As you can see, it's some very basic things to use. Now if we come to the actual seats, you can see the RS Stitch logo with some more of the hexagon stitching running across. And these seats are just phenomenal. If you can see from Eugene's side, these are actually the RS Sport seats, not the buckets, but the sport seats, which come on many RS products. Now you do have a cup holder and a holder for your key, and a very small glove box with a cup holder, but it's better than that car, because that car does not come with a glove box. And yeah, let's actually head to the back and see if these seats can actually fit humans. Okay guys, we are now at the back, and I just have to start off by saying the things we do for you guys. I mean, you're not supposed to fit back here when you're a person of my size. So now I'm around 5'7", 5'8", and you can see my back slightly crouched, because if I actually lift my head up, there is zero headroom at the back. You actually will hit your head straight away. But that's because of the slanting back edge of the car. Now, you can have the seats more forward if you do have someone slightly shorter in the front. But yes, legroom is not really a thing. I mean, for short journeys, I wouldn't mind it too much, because you are in a TTRS. Now, actually, at the back here, you do have some small storage bins over here to store away some things, which is quite nice. And you've got a little bit of an armrest as well as the speaker systems. And other than the actual space in terms of legroom and headroom, the seats are really well made. They are really comfortable. And the best part about them is you can actually pull a lever at the back here and bring them down, which gives you more boot space. So speaking about the boot, let's head over and see how practical this car is, because it is really, really practical.
So now that we're at the rear end of this car, we have to check out how practical it is. And funny enough, looking at how this car looks, you'd be surprised just how practical it is. Looking inside here, if you take off the parcel shelf and you fall down the seats, you have so much boot space, so much boot capacity. Funny enough, this is actually more practical than the Toyota Scarlet that Mateo and I did almost a month and a half ago. If you want to check out that review, make sure you click the link up there. But it's funny to think that a super sports car like this, which how small it is and how minuscule it looks, is more practical than a crossover daily driver that is being sold by Toyota. So now, let's go check about the engine, because obviously it's a selling point of this car.
Okay guys, we have come to the front end now, and looking under this quite big bonnet, we see the engine that powers the TTRS, and this is possibly my favorite part of the car. Now underneath the bonnet is a 2.5 litre turbocharged 5-cylinder from Audi Sport, which is a very, very well-known engine dating back all the way to Audi's initial rally days, where they actually had similar powered 5-cylinder engines in their rally cars. Now this car fires in a really, really cool order, which gives it that baby V10 engine noise, actually firing 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, and makes it sound really, really good. Now you have a massive induction airbox here, which also gives off those turbo flutters. Now the engine is majority aluminium based, as it is a front engine and it's mounted this way and in front of the axle. So Audi has made the engine as light as possible to mitigate as much understeer as possible. Now talking about numbers, this car has 400 horsepower and around about 500 Newton meters of torque, setting it to an all-wheel drive system, which unfortunately is not quattro. It is actually a hull deck system, which means 50% can only go to the rear, and majority of the time, most of the power actually comes to the front, similar to that of a Golf R. But that shoots this car to 100 in 3.7 seconds and under. 0 to 60 miles per hour has actually been tested around 3.5 in some instances. And with these massive 7 caliper brakes and massive discs from Audi Sport, the car stops like a monster. Stops as quick as it goes. So let's actually hear a little bit of the back end of this car and brighten your guys' days. Okay guys, we are at the back end, and I know we've promised you a sound check, but first I have to go inside the car and press a very special button. Stay tuned and have a listen.
You know, I've driven an RS3 and that felt nothing compared to this. Absolutely nothing compared to this. It was like, I mean, the sound, you get it, and everything associated with an RS3 and a 5-cylinder, but you feel how much less weight that this car just doesn't have. Like, it's just out of this world. It is out of this world. Oh, you are shoved so far back into the seat. Oh, oh. If you guys want to check out where we get these cars, make sure you click the links down below. Oh my days. Catch you in a bit. Guys, if you wanted to know where we got these cars, make sure to head over to Woodmead Boxburg Auto. We've done a lot of cars. We did the M2CS right there. If you want to check out that review, make sure you click the link up there. Because my days, was that the ride of my life.
So guys, after that amazing ride that both of us had, now Mateo didn't show it because he went out personally, but I did, and I gotta say, this is a phenomenal car. I mean, I've driven an RS3, but compared to this, well, compared to that, this is just a much more engaging car. Honestly, I think this is a baby supercar. I really do believe that this is a baby R8 supercar. So if you're looking for a cheaper R8, and something more affordable R8, buy this, because honestly, I don't think there's anything else that can top this in terms of what it is. We've driven M2s, we've driven amazing cars, but this, it's something else. So again, as I'd like to say, a massive thank you to our guys here in Woodmead Boxburg. We've already done a review on M2CS right over there. If you want to check out that review, you can click the links down below. We've enjoyed that car. Very good car. So again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you for the next one, because there's more of this coming in the future. Bye-bye.